Welcome back to the Midweek Update.
Hey Mepham, welcome to this week's Midweek Update.
Today, let's take a look at the challenge of teaching art after COVID, the last blood drive, and the pies that were baked at Brookside.
Last year was definitely different, to say the least.
Yes, it was. It was a year that no one expected.
You could say that again. This and more as we take a look at what's going on this week on Midweek Update. I'm Sammi Rooney.
And I'm Gizzeth Tabaria, and welcome back to Midweek Update, the B&B show that brings you closer to the people and places in and around the Mepham community. This is a very special Midweek Update. With this being a short week, there are no morning announcements that are being broadcasted on Friday, so many classes are tuning in live. So let's start with the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Students had a really tough time getting through last year.
Absolutely. It was a challenge for us, but not everyone might have realized how hard it was for teachers.
I didn't really think about that. It must have been harder for some teachers than others.
It really all depends on the classes they teach.
Certain classes require more hands-on experience and techniques than others.
Which classes?
The art classes, of course.
I never thought about how many obstacles they had to overcome.
B&B's sophomore classes.
That's us.
That's right, Gizzeth. Anyway, B&B's sophomore classes just started learning how to create news packages, like the ones we hear on Midweek Update.
The first period BC2 class created this look at what life is like in the art classrooms a year after COVID. Here's B&B's Shane Hansen.
In 2020, there were literal and figurative barriers that got in the way of teaching and learning art.
Well, last year I was online a lot, so I couldn't really learn that well, and I was just in bed learning. And then we also had the plexiglass, so it was hard to hear the teachers and stuff.
I didn't like learning online. It was very hard for me. I don't learn as well when I'm not like in front of a teacher and I can like clearly hear their voice and like take notes.
And then I would sketch, and I put more thought and emotion into my art, which I was just doing like realistic art before that. So I think that definitely helped because I switched to more like a surrealistic style.
It wasn't just students who struggled in art classes last year. Teaching a hands-on subject like art created challenges for the teachers as well.
This year's definitely been a positive change from last year. Last year when we had students who were hybrid and remote and kids getting pulled out all the time, it was a little crazy to try and plan ahead.
While last year's challenges were the barriers and remote learning, this year the teachers have to manage social distancing.
We have to, be cautious about our spacing and making sure we set up our classrooms a little bit differently this year to allow for more room. We were lucky that typically in the art center we might have 2 or 3 classes going on at the same time, but this year we were able to work it out so we only have 1 class at a time to give everybody a little bit of extra room to keep those safety precautions in place.
Art's a very hands-on kind of class, and so I love to be able to sit down right next to them and work kind of with them as they go. So the masks, help, and I can get a little bit closer than I could last year, and I keep track of how long I'm kind of standing next to them. I don't stay for too long. It's annoying that I even have to think about that because my favorite thing is to just kind of sit down with a group of kids and sit with them for the class and get things done.
While the pandemic might not be gone entirely, students and teachers alike are once again finding the things they love about art, and they're looking ahead to creating even more in the future.
It's just about finding time to do all the type of art I want. I just want to sketch a lot and create concept ideas, but it's hard. Everything, yeah.
For B&B, I'm Shane Hansen.
Thanks, Shane. I'm happy we got to see how some classes were last year and how they are slowly able to get closer to normal.
We'll have 5th period's package in a period for you where they explored the changes in the library when we get back from the Thanksgiving break.
Can't wait. I have a question for you, Sammi.
What's up? What's your question?
What is your favorite type of pie?
My favorite would have to be apple pie. Why, do you ask?
That sounds delicious. I was wondering because last week at Brookside, pies were being baked.
Oh, okay. That makes more sense.
Let's see how that went. Here's Ruby Mattis from Brookside.
Hi, I'm Ruby Mattis reporting live from Brookside, where the Leo and AWOD clubs are baking up a storm in order to help families in need. Student volunteers gathered on Friday, November 19th at the Brookside kitchen in order to bake pies and cookies for those in need.
I'm here today with the Leo Club, and we're baking pumpkin pies to help the community at the local community cupboard.
We just wanted to give them a little treat at the holidays because sometimes families that are in need don't have the money for those little extras.
They hope that these sweet treats are able to bring a smile to the faces of those in need this holiday season. For B&B, I'm Ruby Mattis.
Thanks, Ruby. Those pies look so delicious.
I wish I got to try one after seeing all the effort that was put into making them.
It is amazing to see the Bellmore-Merrick community coming together for such a good cause.
Another great cause we're raising money for is Tuesday Children. As part of the senior class's service learning project, we're raising money for this amazing charity through Penny Wars.
For the past 2 weeks, Miss Dennis and Mr. Patton have been giving us daily updates as each class drops in pennies in their class buckets and silver change in the other classes to sabotage them.
So with 1 day left in the competition, here's Miss Dennis with today's Penny Wars update.
Thanks, Sammy. In my hand, I have the current standings for Penny Wars. In 4th place, barely there, the freshman class. In 3rd place, making a strong comeback, the junior class. In 2nd place, the senior class. And currently still holding strong in 1st place are the sophomores. This is the last possible day to participate in Penny Wars. All money must be dropped into your class bucket by 2:15 this afternoon. Remember, pennies count as positive points for your team. You want to put pennies in your class bucket, sabotage the other classes with silver change or dollars to be deducted from their score. The winning class gets 40 points towards their Battle of the Classes score. Remember, pre-events help you to win in Battle of the Classes.
1 day left, people. Let's drop some coins in, especially in that sophomore bucket.
As if all that isn't enough for 1 month, another amazing cause was the blood drive that recently happened here at Mepham.
B&B's Emily Yucht got to see how the blood drive went.
On an off period, you can walk to 7-Eleven or drive to Starbucks. Or, on November 12th, you could have saved a life.
Blood drives happen nationwide, and at Mepham High School, things are fully underway.
We had 111 sign-ups to start the morning, but we've definitely been getting more and more people just coming in, walking in, saying, I want to donate, and they have been. I mean, look around. There's kids here that I thought that would be afraid or not want to give blood, and they're here and they're doing it, and it's just saving lives every day. This is wonderful.
In recent years, participation in the blood drives have been slowly increasing. In 2018, 94 donors participated in the November blood drive. This year, the number reached 98 donors, the highest Mepham has ever had.
You know, just to see like all these people coming in, teachers, students, administration,
parents,
it's so
yeah.
amazing. So
yeah.
It's something that, you know, again, like we can do, our body produces it, we can share it, and we could really help somebody.
Yes.
According to the New York Blood Center, for every 1 pint of blood donated, 3 lives can be helped. This means that Mepham's 98 pints can help almost 300 people.
This is very successful. We're really happy about that.
Students who participated in the blood drive agree with teachers when they say that the blood drive is a great event.
I think it's important because it's a good way to help the community and it's a good way to help other people. Like, you're saving lives by doing this.
I think it's important to give blood because it helps out those who need it in hospitals and during their operations in case if they need blood.
Blood drives help all kinds of people. Cancer patients, trauma victims, newborns, burn victims, mothers, and transplant recipients are just a few of the types of patients that Mepham's Pints will help.
I had to get a blood transfusion, so I felt like it would be giving back to whoever donated blood for my surgery.
And I think that it's something I should do at least once in my life. I think we should all donate blood at least once if we can.
Thanks to the generosity of donors, lives are saved each day.
I'll see you at signups for the next one. From B&B, I'm Emily Yucht.
Thanks, Emily. Staying in the gym, let's talk about the start of the winter sports season.
B&B's Tyler Steinberg have your latest in Mepham sports.
Thanks, Sammy. The winter season is upon us, so let's recap an incredible fall season. The Pirates football team finished with an impressive 7-3 record on the season, making yet another deep playoff run. The boys soccer team were dominant throughout the season, as they finished 12-4 and were the Conference A1 co-champions. The girls soccer team had a 4-9-1 record. The boys volleyball team went 10-4 on the season, as the girls volleyball team went 12-3 on the year and were able to get into the playoffs. The girls tennis team had a 5-8 record. Congratulations to all the athletes on a phenomenal fall season, and good luck to the Mepham athletes that play a winter sport. That's all for me. For BNB, I'm Tyler Steinberg. Now back to you guys in the studio.
Thanks, Tyler. You won't want to miss anything this upcoming season.
There was so much that happened this week, and you could look forward to more every week.
Without a doubt. Well, that's it for this week's episode of Midweek Update. We'll be back next week with all new stories from around the BMCHSD to bring you inside the parts of the community you don't always get to see.
Until then, I'm Sammi Rooney.
And I'm Gizzeth Chavarria, and we'll see you all next midweek.